All right, thank you for staying with the Daybreak. Before we take the reaction and feedback at Trevor Mbidi at Citizen TV Kenya using the hashtag Daybreak, Honorable EDWIN Sifuna is now with us, Senator for Nairobi, and thank you so much for making time, Sifuna. Before you came in, there are three things that came up. One, Alwale said you're cowards, you were hiding in the office. Cowards. Two, he said you paid youths 1,500 shillings. And he also said that azimio leaders should be arrested because they bear the greatest brand of responsibility. So I'll come to you right after Sifuna.
Yeah, first of all, Trevor, let me apologize to you and to your viewers for coming late. We haven't slept in Nairobi. We have had a very long night here in Nairobi because many of our people were injured during the demonstrations. Many have been nursing gunshot wounds. We have reports from Mathare, places like Embakasi. Upwards of maybe 15 people lost their lives yesterday. And it is quite disheartening to see my colleagues making jokes of this matter, because those of us who have interacted with the victims of the police brutality yesterday, we don't see anything to laugh about. I would rather be waking up this morning as an advocate to go and represent those young people if they have been arrested for whatever crime it is that they are suspected of having committed. Trevor, just the other week, our courts gave a judgment that outlawed or made it unconstitutional for people to spend lifetime in jail for whatever crime they commit. Now, you can imagine our court saying that life sentences are unconstitutional, but this regime is dishing out death sentences on the streets without ever giving these young people an opportunity to be heard. Number two, nobody is going to threaten us. There is nothing these people have said, have not said. There is nothing they can scare us with. If it is arrests, we are ready to be arrested. Because Khalwale is not a lawyer, he doesn't understand that arresting someone is not an end in itself. Because when you appear before that judge, you must demonstrate with evidence the causal link. There has to be a direct link between the action complained of and the person you're presenting before that judge or magistrate accusing him of that crime. These people, I have said it more than enough times, they are all in agreement. They all say, yes, we should arrest Raila. What they want, what the problem is, Trevor, is that there is no one with the balls in Kenya Kwanza to actually arrest Raila. You see, these guys, this is what I'm saying. You have said this thing for over a year now. You know where Raila lives. I can take you to his house today. In fact, yesterday I was with Cherargei at a committee meeting, and I told him, as a citizen, you have a right to arrest Raila. Can I go with you now where he is? Then you arrest him, you know? Because these people just talk. You have threatened violence, you have threatened to kill us, you have threatened to assassinate us. I am telling you, Trevor, Kenyans have lost fear of this illegitimate government. And what we are doing, Trevor, you know, when an ostrich has its head in the sand, it is refusing to listen. We are going to grab that ostrich by the scruff of its neck. That head must come out of the sand, and these people must listen to Kenyans. Khalwale talks about us being cowards. He knows me. Khalwale was saying those things because I was not seated here. He can't say those things to me. He knows for a fact that Sifuna is not a coward. We always start our demonstrations at the office of the minority leader. That is our office. The office in parliament is our office, just like him. I go to my office yesterday and I left to go to the streets. We reached the offices of the Prime Minister, and we have information, Trevor, that these people have embedded goons within the police service to shoot at us. And the evidence is there, because at Kamukunji, and by the way, we have held dozens of rallies at Kamukunji. You have been there. You have seen them. What is the justification for police to fire into a crowd at Kamukunji? What is the justification? There can never be a justification for people assembled in a crowd in Kamukunji, and then you see police firing straight into the grounds. They are firing live rounds at people. What is the justification? So we want to tell Kenya Kwanza, walk the talk. You have said you're not cowards. Arrest Sifuna. Arrest Raila. Because at the end of the day, after arresting us, you have to present me before a magistrate. You have to show that magistrate that it is Sifuna who destroyed flower beds in Mlolongo. You don't just come here and talk. So please, stop talking. Start arresting.
But are you taking any responsibility?
Start arresting. Responsibility for what?
For the
I am responsible for my actions. I am responsible for my actions, Trevor. I am telling you this. Kenyans are angry. And they are not angry at us. They are angry at this government because they don't want to listen. We have been here with you 2 months debating this issue of the finance bill. That finance bill was not sponsored by Raila. And 99% of Kenyans came out to tell Kenya Kwanza that because life is difficult, please do not impose extra taxation. This is not Raila's bill. This is Ruto's bill. It is Ruto's act. It is his signature on that act. It is the signature of William Ruto.
Okay.
If he had listened to Kenyans, the sort of anger that is out there, would not be happening. And Trevor, I want to add one rider.
Yeah.
You people, this country, this illegitimate government is better off when it is known people like Sifuna, like Raila, like Osotsi leading these demonstrations. The day Kenyans take this matter upon themselves, Trevor, there will be no one to call to the table. It is better if you know it is Sifuna calling demonstrations. And by the way, from next week, 3 days straight of mandamano, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, until William Ruto understands that the people are suffering and repeals this law the same way that he imposed it upon them.
Okay. Osotsi, Osotsi was also called a coward. Let him respond.
You cannot